Hello friends, welcome to the Scrap Your Heart Out YouTube hop. Make sure you check out all the ladies that are joining me on this hop. This was put together by Erica from Click Kits, so we are definitely having a great time with this hop today and the rest of the weekend for National Scrapbooking Day weekend. So it's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you guys follow down below. You will be entered if you comment on the videos. You will be entered for prizes, and there are quite a few prizes from our sponsors. Just to name a few, we have the Cut Shop, we have Click Kits, we have Tombow. So we have a bunch of sponsors and they're offering prizes. So make sure you guys comment along the hop and follow so you can be entered for those awesome prizes. So for my layout today, I am going to begin with the stencil. This is a burst stencil from the Crafters Workshop, and I am using some coarse texture gel. I got this at Michael's. It's from Artist Loft, and it has like a really gritty sand-like texture. So I thought it was cool because I am scrapbooking a photo of the Grand Canyon, so I thought it was cool to kind of incorporate that and kind of make it look or feel like sand, or like the texture of what you would find at the Grand Canyon. So I did color it. I used some Heidi Swap in mustard, some color shine, and then I used some Lindy Stamp Gang in red hot poker orange, and I mixed the two colors up, and I'm just adding that to the background in this sort of burst. And this was just because I am going to use a cut file, or not a cut file, but a cut from my silhouette, and I just felt like it needed something in the back. So that's why I incorporated this stencil in the background. And I really love how it turned out. And this is one of my favorite stencils. I love it. So it's a lot of fun. And there I'm trying to show you guys that there's texture to that, and it's not just like regular modeling paste. So there's my cut file. I cut it out. It's a Moroccan background. It's a 12 by 12 background. And I cut it out on a paper from Maggie Holmes from the Shine collection. It's called Divine. And I love this paper because the top is like a wood grain, and then it fades down to a pink. So it's like an ombre, wood grain pink ombre. So it's really, really pretty. So I did cut it out, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to add some of those back in there. And I will at the end, but I'll come back to that. I was just fussing around with it for a while and trying to see if I liked anything on there, or what pattern I wanted to use. So as you can see, it's a photo of my boyfriend and I. We are at the Grand Canyon. This was on our trip in December. This is our second time visiting the Grand Canyon. We love it. It's gorgeous. First time we went, we visited the South Rim, and this was the West Rim. So it was really beautiful, and it's just, I just love it there. It's just gorgeous. So I definitely wanted to scrap this photo. I really like this photo. My stepdaughter took this photo, so it was really nice, and I definitely wanted to scrap it. So I pulled out this chipboard pack and this dimensional sticker pack, and this is from the Crepe Paper Open Road collection, and I've had this in my stash for a while, and I actually thought when I planned this trip about this collection. It's funny, I think about scrapbooking when I am on vacation, or when I or when I am doing something else. So I thought, because it's just kind of like a road trip type of thing, and we did drive through the Grand Canyon, and we did drive through, we went by the Hoover Dam, and we drove and we stayed at the Grand Canyon, so it was just a really nice little road trip that we took. So I'm pulling out some of those chipboard pieces from this pack that I think I might use, and I haven't decided yet what I'm going to use exactly, but I knew I wanted to use that day trip as my title because I just absolutely love that day trip, and it was the perfect color, and it just, everything just really coordinated with my paper that I used for the cut file, and then the background that I created with that burst stencil. So I am doing some very simple matting of my photo. I am going to mat it on dark gray cardstock, as I do with most of my photos. Then I mat it on this diagonal stripe paper, which is actually a paper scrap that I have from the Crepe Paper Craft Market collection. And then I mat it on dark gray again, and that just helps it pop off the page. I do that a lot. When I have light photos, I mat them with dark, with the dark mat. When I have a dark photo, I usually use a light mat, or depending on whatever your background is. So you gotta kind of play with it. So I am gonna adhere I think I adhere my cut file now. I'm gonna use some of this foam mounting tape. It's a Scotch foam mounting tape to pop up my photo a bit, to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to place it on a piece of wax paper just because I haven't glued down my cut file yet, so I just want to make sure I kind of have everything placed before I actually stick that down. So I wanted to use this title. This is Day Trip from the chipboard pack from the Open Road collection, and I knew I wanted to use it, and I wanted to use it just like that as it is right there. And I know you're probably saying, oh my god, you're crazy, you're covering up the Grand Canyon behind you. But it's okay. Usually with my vacation photos, what I do is I'll pick a few that I really like and I'll scrap them, and then I'll have pocket pages next to it with all the other photos. So I'm gonna have plenty of other photos in my album from the trip and showing the Grand Canyon. So this is just kind of one of the ones that I scrapbook, but I do always do that because I know, you know, if you're anything like me, when I go on vacation I take hundreds of photos, so I want to get as many of them as I can on my page so that I can fit you know, all of my memories in there. So what I decided that that area behind the photo was just a little bit too busy for me. Just the burst itself, it was just too much behind the cut file. So what I did is I used some gesso, and first I'm going to place it like this in sort of a square or a rectangle pattern right behind the photo, but then I am going to kind of smooth it out with a brush and kind of make it go with the flow of the burst stencil, because I just didn't want it to be so boxy. I wanted it to kind of flow a little bit better, and I am wiping some of it off with, or not wiping it off, but just kind of wiping it down so that you can get that texture from the texture paste, from the coarse texture gel that I used. So I'm going to dry it a bit, and then I'm going to realize that I wanted to kind of spread it out a bit. I just didn't want it to be so boxy. And even though the white gesso kind of blends in with the page, you can still tell that it's boxy. You can still see the lines on the edges. So I didn't want that to be such a harsh line around the edges. And then now's when I'm going to realize it. Oh no, that's too boxy. So there I go. I just take a brush and I just kind of brush some gesso on so that it looks a little bit better for me. Just one of those things that, you know, when you're doing it, it bothers you, so you gotta fix it. So yeah, just doing that. And so as I mentioned before, make sure you guys follow along on this blog hop. I mean, we have an amazing, and when I say amazing, it doesn't even begin to describe the lineup that we have for this hop. Erica has put together this amazing hop, and we have so many talented ladies in this hop participating with us. So it's just a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to see what everyone creates. And I know there's a lot going on this weekend, but you cannot miss this. It's going to be awesome. And remember, if you comment on the blogs, or not on the blogs, if you comment on the videos in the hop, you can be entered, because Erica's going to pick some random winners to win some prizes from our sponsors. So definitely make sure you guys follow and comment, because it's going to be awesome. So there I go. I kind of spread that out a bit, and I was happier with that instantly. It just wasn't so boxy, so I was happy with that. And I'm just, those little things that I'm removing are little fibers, because I used a really cheap, like, Michaels brush. And I got fibers all over the place. So that's what I was doing with my tweezers. I was kind of removing the fibers and getting them out of the way. And there's still a couple in there, but I didn't really care. I just left them. So I'm gonna put down my photo, and I'm gonna decide kind of how I want things. So those glasses I do leave up there. I like them up there. So I'm gonna stick this down so that I can start adhering things down, because until you adhere this down, you kind of can't really make anything else permanent, because it's not gonna stick. So I'm just adhering this down, and I'm using my fine line bottle with Scotch quick dry adhesive, and I'm gonna just add some to you know, random areas back there. I'm not going to go through every single line, obviously, but just add it in as many places as I can, and just stick that down. And I really love that title on there, those words. I just love the color, I love the font, I'm in love with it, so I was happy with that. And then I went through the Maggie Holmes Shine Ephemera Pack, what I have left of it, And there's just a bunch of really random things, and I didn't really find anything that I wanted to use except for this little tab, and it just says sweet stuff. So you know, it's just kind of, it was, the color was like that coral color, so I thought it went, and I just added it up there because the Grand Canyon is sweet. So I added that back there, and then I pulled out a bunch of the little succulents, like the little cactus plants, but I don't end up using them, and I'm surprised because well, I guess I'll probably use them in other layouts about this strip because they kind of go with this so well because it's the desert. So I really wanted to use those little like cactus plants, but I don't end up using them. So next layout, I guess. So I did place my little strips or little inserts or negative space from the cut file in just like that. So I kind of just layered them, just alternating colors, like the wood grain, the pink, and then that kind of in between color. So I did that, and then I'm going to use that flower on the left, and then I decided I wanted to bring in blue, so I brought in that blue flower, and I'm going to cover a yellow flower that's on there. So I will use that blue one, and then I'm going to bring in this Wanderlust. This is one of the dimensional stickers, and I'm going to bring in that Wanderlust, which also fits perfectly. So and I just wanted to add blue, and then I will bring in that geotag and that arrow. So that's basically the embellishing. This is basically going to be pretty much it. What I'm doing here is that blue flower, since it's going to sit on top of the other chipboard piece, I'm removing a few layers of from the back of it, so just make it a little bit thinner so that it'll sit nicely on top of that piece. And then I add that other piece that says photo op, which looks kind of like a soda can top, or like a glass top from a soda. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's like a bottle cap. That's what it is. Couldn't find the word. So this is gonna be pretty much my layout. I am gonna kind of look at it and think I want to add some more blue or something else. So I pulled out these are my homemade enamel dots, and I'm going to add some blue ones on there, and I will add those on with glue dots because I thought that was kind of like a nice little touch to bring in some more of the blue and just to bring in that something else that I felt that it kind of needed. So I will do that. I thought about adding some washi tape, but I won't end up adding the washi tape. I just leave it as it is because I'm happy with the way that it is. And I could have totally added washi tape, but I didn't add it in the end. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Make sure you guys follow along with the hop. There are amazing ladies, and you guys will see. Don't believe me, see for yourselves. Just follow along on the hop. I'll have all the links below. Make sure you comment so you can be entered to win one of the fabulous prizes from our sponsors that will be listed here in a minute. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Happy National Scrapbooking Weekend. Bye!